Good morning. Alrighty. So let's get right to what I hear God saying to us on this morning. Um, Yesterday, this message came through really clear. The scriptures did. I create a new heavens and a new earth. And and in the fact that he's saying that, what he's saying is that he is going about to establish the new thing in us. If you go to Genesis, it talks about how he created the heavens and the earth. Then he said, let there be light. He went into letting there be light. So there is illumination in what he's doing as well. There's clarity. He's bringing forth a high definition in us, as it pertains to getting us on the same page as what he's wanting to do with us. And so he has to recreate us. He has to establish and stretch us. He also has to purge us from the old stuff, And if you go to Hebrews, I believe it's chapter 10, he talks about that. Even in 9, he talks about how he has to remove the old pattern. Okay, so the way that I was thinking, the way I was operating and moving before this change is not acceptable. It's kind of like, okay, we can't get in to the blessing with what Abraham did. So Jesus had to come and fulfill it for us, right? And so the same thing. So Jesus is coming in, he's doing a new thing. Because some things not some things, let's just say our destiny, our purpose, it can't be fulfilled unless God comes in and makes those changes in us. Whether it's a heart change, whether it's a mental change, whether it's physical changes, spiritual changes, stamina, endurance, character changes. I mean, there's so many changes. Outlook, perception. You could have totally the wrong perspective on something. And if you do, and that's the very thing that you need to have the right perspective on in order to do it, then God has to come in and make changes. So in Hebrews 9, it talks about that, chapter 9, and it talks about the pattern of things having to be redone over. And some of us even know and talk about the paradigm shift. So where there's on a fundamental level, on the basic level, he's having to change how we think, how we act, how we react, how we respond, and how we see a thing, and establish a whole new being. We are not just mere humans. We are supernatural beings, okay? So don't let nobody tell you that you're just a regular human. That's why you can hear God speaking to you. That's why those encounters happen at night and in sleep and in visions and dreams. Some of you see things openly, just in a wide open space while you're going. Some of you have dreams at night. And God's voice. So that's not just merely human. That's not someone who has no contact with the Creator. So anyhow, if you're going over to Hebrews 10, he says, lo, I come in the volume of the book. So in other words, and it hit me today when he said volume. Oh my God. It's almost like you hear waters, and you hear that echo and that deep sound of it. So in other words, he's saying, I'm going to do something totally new in you, spirit, soul, and body. Not just your spirit, man. I'm talking about your soul, your mind, will, imaginations, your intellect, that part, your personality, your character, and your physical body. I'm going to shift you and make you a whole new, brand new person in order to do this thing, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take that. And so I was just thanking God. I said, you are amazing. Jesus said, I came in the volume. He didn't just come as a spirit that you couldn't see. He didn't just come as a human being with superpowers, and he never experienced the things that we experience. He came fully man and fully God. You understand? He said, I came in the volume. I came in the place of one who can make contact with the things in heaven, and also make contact and sense and feel and initiate things in the earth. That's powerful when you think about it. And so in other words, we can't use this excuse as though, oh, well, he was Jesus and I'm just a person. No, he said he was going to do this in us. Create a new heavens and a new earth so that we can get done what he's calling us to do. All you have to do is accept it and embrace it. Every time he shows you something new, that's why he's having to give you new readings. He's having to give you new, have you subscribe to, different types of information. Because why? He's trying to put a new mind on you. You can't go in and do what he's asking you to do with that old stuff, that old way, that old pattern, that old thinking. It's impossible. You would stop your own self before you even get anywhere. And so God is reestablishing that. He's illuminating what he's doing in our lives. He's like, okay, I need you. This is what you can come up with, but this is what I'm doing, what I want to where I want to take you, and what I want to do. And you look at that and you're like, oh my God, that is new. That is different. I never thought of that before. God has even given us his thoughts. They're innumerable. His thoughts towards us. There's so many. The word says you can't even put a number to them. You see what I'm saying? And so this thing that God is doing is miraculous, is mind-boggling, but it's freedom. He's freeing us to be this supernatural person that he's called us to be all along. Okay. And then if you look at Isaiah 65, starting, what verse is that? Where he talks about, yes, I create a new heavens and a new earth. Oh my, what verse is that? Look at 65 and go all the way down to about the middle, and you'll see it where he says, I create a new heavens and a new earth. And he said the old things, you don't bring them, they won't come into remembrance anymore. And if you look at the next 6, 7 verses, you'll see what will happen as a result of this new creation. Look at that as yourself. And it even talks about how your seed will be blessed after you. This is powerful. In other words, he's doing a thing in you where even your children will, and your children's children will benefit from the new thing that he's doing in you. It's gonna ricochet, if that's the right word. It's going to spread throughout your family. That's some good news. And I normally don't do a video this long. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right here, and just, hey, praise God.